I think there's a lesson for us these days for government officials, which is I would be a little wary, or more than a little wary, of sort of pre-regulating all these new industries, all these new technologies in their infancy. Because if we do, we're going to stifle innovation. Now, I don't think that's in contrast with regulating actually big technology companies, which are creating problems in society. It's not hypocritical to say we should regulate, for example, say aspects of Facebook and not some new technology, because they're on a different time horizon. And I don't think we should punish actually the new generation of companies for the sins, if you will, of the prior one. I think it would overly stifle innovation in many instances. And that's a controversial view, but I think it's a view that's important as you think about what's coming next, whether it's in your industries around fintech and insurance tech and reg tech, or whether it's flying taxis or whatever. I think we could all use a little bit of Hadohen here in some instances. Just as I finished, Raja mentioned the UAE's Ministry of Possibilities, and I do think it's one of the very interesting examples of literally possibility government all around the world. I haven't had occasion to come see it yet. I hope to, and when the world opens up, the OECD has noted that this is the world's first Ministry of Possibilities. The why of it is the same why as everywhere else. It's because persistent challenges remain. But then why a Ministry of Possibilities? Well, again, because the goal is to reduce, alleviate the traditional burdens of bureaucracy, and also to try to reduce the fear of failure, which is so pervasive. And so what has the Ministry of Possibilities been? Well, what is it? Right? It's a neutral space. Which turns out to be important physically and also sort of metaphysically. It's permission. It's permission to try new things. It is also a timeline, in fact, and a number of departments have been created that are on a one-year timeline. Either they have to be successful and they'll be scaled, or they'll be unsuccessful and these departments will be terminated. And running throughout, of course, is a key set of values, right? So there's place, there's these departments, and there's a set of values, one of which is let's protect those who try. Let's protect those who try, which certainly has to be a key element of supporting possibility. So this is underway now. Of course, it's too early to say whether or not it's going to accomplish the transformation that it seeks, but I'll be very fascinated to watch it unfold and watch the efforts of possibility unfolding in so many other places, including here in my country. I would note in closing that on the night President Biden is inaugurated into office, he swears in his staff and he says to them something he's actually said before. I've always believed we can define America in one word. Like one word, that's a lot to put on one word. And that word he chooses is possibilities. And then he looks at them and he says, you are my possibilities. What does he mean in that moment? Well, I think, I'm sure he's speaking of hope and optimism and change as politicians do in moments like this. But I also hope in the future, but I also hope he's making an explicit connection to the uncertainty about that future, the unlikeliness of all new things working. And you see aspects of that in the way he's leading, and in many ways people are leading again around the world. I believe that it's key that we're clear with the public about the stakes of trying new things, about the need for trying new things. At the end of the day, I believe deeply that we get the government we invent. And I hope that those of us in government and outside of government will endeavor to do just that. So I'm thrilled to hear about efforts you might have underway. I'm on LinkedIn, Instagram, and at Harvard Business School, and would love to hear about what you're doing around the world.